And we're back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our fourth segment, which is going to be talking about the American League and some trades that did happen there. Again, these were trades that I thought were significant, but not significant enough to really get their own segment and for me to fully talk about in great detail. So I wanted to, mention that quickly. But yeah, so we'll be going over here now some American League trades and just going over my thoughts on them. So first off, I wanted to go over Lucas Sims. He was traded to the Boston Red Sox in a deal today. Reds got back some minor pitcher who is pretty young, so that's nice for them. But for this deal, first going over for the Red Sox, I like it. I think that Sims has had a really nice, solid season for this Reds team, and the Reds had a lot of depth within their bullpen, specifically for right-handers, guys who were on 1 to 2 year deals, and they needed to go and trade from that to get some younger pieces, and that's exactly what they do here with this trade for the Red Sox. I think that, again, just getting out these guys, getting some prospects back in a season where you're not exactly going to win, and even if you were going to win, I think you still would have gone from that bullpen depth and traded some guys. So I think that overall, trading him is a really solid move there. Made a lot of sense, and I think is for the better of your future. Next going into for the Red Sox part of it, again, Sims has been a really solid reliever for this Reds team all year and has been consistent with them for a little while now as well. Sims has been a guy that has been very, very consistent with his pitches, been an overall good player, and I think that will add a lot to this Red Sox back into the bullpen. You, of course, have Kenley Jansen there as your closer who's been very solid, and now being able to add in a guy like Lucas Sims who probably comes in the 7th or 8th inning, pitches to 3 batters, just tries to get them out, I think as a quality back-end reliever is very solid. You didn't give up much for him, and the Red Sox right now are in a very interesting position with this trade, with this wild card positioning. They have a very good chance of making it to the wild card, which a lot of people did not expect from them at the start of the year. They have done really, really well this year, and they are being buyers at this deadline like they should be. They owe it to that fan base to try to be competitive. And I think adding Lucas Sims, while it's not a flashy get, it's not a crazy get, it's a very solid move, and I think they need to do more. I think if I'm them, I'm trying to get a right-handed bat here, which they did get in Danny Jansen, actually, so I'll reverse that statement. Very good. Danny Jansen, Cream Priester, both good moves, so I've liked what they've done so far. I think adding another reliever or potentially a starter could be a really good move here, and we'll be watching to see them what happens here with the trade deadline. Next, we have their direct rival, the Yankees. They traded for Mark Leiter of the Cubs, one of the better relievers on the market, under control for a few more years as well. Leiter's had a breakout season with this Cubs team, and it was very obvious he was going to be traded. Yes, the Cubs bought for Isaac Paredes, but they're also trying to buy and sell kind of in the hybrid category, and you can sell good breakout relievers because if you're a team that consistently gets them, you know how to develop them, and it becomes a good piece here for this team. So I like the move a lot for this Cubs team, trading Leiter for some good solid prospects. No one crazy, but at the same time, I think that overall, it is good to get something back for Leiter. Maybe you see something in them that they don't. Obviously, the Cubs and the Yankees have had a long trade history and made a good amount of trades over the past few years. So, they traded for Anthony Rizzo, Scott F. Ross just for a few years ago at the deadline. So they actually know each other well. So getting Mark Leiter here, I like this move a lot. For the Yankees as well. They need another high leverage reliever, and the way Leiter has pitched this year, I do think he can end up being that for this Yankees team. Leiter has done very solid. He has years under control, and the Yankees do need some bullpen help right now, and adding Leiter in, I think, really helps you out. The next trade I'll talk about, they just subtract from their bullpen. So Leiter is a guy that can come in 7th or 8th inning, you feel very confident about, can even close sometimes. If Clay Holmes is, up to his usual shenanigans where he doesn't get the great, it makes you very nervous with the saves. So I like this move a lot for the Yankees. Getting Mike Leiter at a very solid season is, of course, also the nephew of former Yankee Al Leiter as well. So family ties there. So nice move by the Yankees team. Nice move by the Cubs team for trying to get some prospects back for this good reliever. So nice move all around. Good to both sides. The Yankees also traded Caleb Ferguson to the Astros, which I thought was a fine trade. Ferguson, since being traded over from the Dodgers to the Yankees in the offseason, has really not lived up to standards and has become not great for the Yankees team. Kind of got phased out as well with the bullpen additions they made. So flipping him to Houston now, I think, is a very solid move. Houston also, maybe they see something in him that the Yankees and other teams don't. just overall, I think the worst it is a good, solid lefty reliever depth move. Not sure how high leverage he'll be with the Astros team. Again, maybe they see something that they like about him. Of course, was a pretty solid reliever with the Dodgers before this year. So I think that overall, Ferguson is going to end up being a very solid depth piece for the Astros team. Really nothing more, just another guy they can add to their array of pen arms, and I like it. Again, maybe they see something in him that we don't, and just a nice solid move here by Houston to add some more depth here for this Astros pen. Finally, the bigger trade, Alex Cobb to the Cleveland Guardians, happened, I'd say, around 30 to 45 minutes before I went on live. And yeah, I love this trade for Cleveland. Cobb has not pitched this year at all with San Francisco, but just had a rehab start, and a lot of scouts came away very impressed with the amount of stuff he has. Since coming over to San Francisco, Cobb has been a very, very solid, one of the most consistent starting pitchers in all of baseball. Not an all-star by any means or something like that, but just a guy you could count on for, a 3.3, 3.5 ERA. Pitched solid amount of innings, and really this is the first year that he's dealt with significant injuries. So when he is healthy, I think he's a very solid starting pitcher, very good veteran arm that can eat a lot of innings, become a very good piece for this Cleveland team. So I like this move a lot. I think they're betting on him being healthy and doing much better, of course, as he was hurt. But at the same time, I think it's a good bet with how consistent Cobb has been. I think that it's a very good bet for this Cleveland team. Cobb is also battle-tested for the playoffs, and with this young Guardians team that a lot of them haven't had significant playoff experience, adding someone like that, a veteran who has playoff experience in Alex Cobb, is a really, really solid, good move that I like a lot for this Cleveland team. And again, I think that was a really nice starter addition. I think you might have to add one more for the Guardians, but right now, Bybee and Cobb at the top of that rotation is good. Maybe you get something out of Gavin Williams when he comes back from injury. Logan Allen does better, and hey, then you got a formidable starting rotation there. Maybe Tristan McKenzie wakes up and goes back to his old form, which is doubtful, but I like Tristan McKenzie a lot, so maybe that happens. Maybe Xavier Curry becomes a big part of your depth as well, so it'll be interesting to see there. But for this Giants team, it also made sense to move off Cobb. Again, hasn't pitched at all this year, and you're trying to kind of go under the tax with the money, which is also why you traded Soler. You now have a rotation for the rest of the year of Logan Webb, Blake Snell, Robbie Ray, Hayden Birdsong, and one other player that I'm forgetting. So as much as it does hurt a little bit to trade for Alex Cobb, was kind of an insurance policy coming out from the injured list, you still do have some good pitchers here. Again, Kyle Harrison, who's I was forgetting. So still Webb, Snell, Robbie Ray, Kyle Harrison, and Hayden Birdsong is a very good, formidable starting rotation, even without Cobb. Not sure what's happening with Jordan Hicks in his future as a starting pitcher, but that is also something that you could, add as part of your depth as well. So we'll be interested to watch what the Giants do. Again, I think I'm gonna have a full segment dedicated to tomorrow's show to just ranting about their trade deadline and how I do not agree with their decisions. So yeah, will be interesting to see what happens here with the Giants deadline, what happens here now till 6 o'clock, what moves they do end up making, and it will be very interesting to end up watching what the Giants decide, what the Guardians decide as well. And yeah, so going over the 4 trades I talked about here, Lucas Sims, very solid reliever being traded to the Red Sox. Nice move for both sides. Same with Mark Latta to the Yankees. Very solid, controllable reliever that the Yankees are getting. Should be a formidable part of their bullpen for the next upcoming years or so. Caleb Ferguson being traded to the Astros. Nice, solid depth move. And of course, you just heard about Alex Cobb. I like this move a lot for Cleveland. I maybe would have gotten someone with more of a guarantee for starter, but with this market how it is, you don't want to give up a ton of prospects because that's the price of everyone is. So being able to acquire Cobb, a guy who's been very good in his past for not many prospects, just kind of cash and a question mark of his availability, I think was a very solid move for where you are as a Guardians team. So going into our 5th and final segment here, talking about some National League trades. 5 trades I did want to talk about that were significant enough for me to talk about, but not for its own segment. If any trades break during the break and then segment 5 as well, I'll be sure to talk about them heading into the final leg of the show here and final leg of this year's trade deadline. So yeah, we'll be going over all that, and I'll see you after the break. So thanks and bye.